Hello once again, and Tony here with a review of the 2001 documentary film I Follow a Voice Within Me, a portrait of Waltraud Meier, which was directed by Annette Schreier and also features interviews not only from Waltraud Meier, but also from Hans Zoten, Plácido Domingo, Jürgen Flimm, Daniel Barenboim, Johan Hollander, and many others. Now, I should have mentioned this in my tribute to Waltraud Meier video, but my introduction to Waltraud Meier was completely by chance. It all started ever since I was 10 years old and I was still taking up violin. And when I read through the music magazines about what were the hottest selling CDs, DVDs, and videos at the time, because the issues were like from the 90s, I stumbled upon a recording that featured not only Cheryl Studer, but also that of Waltraud Meier. It was basically on one of the catalogs, and I was also quite interested as well, and especially when I was looking through the catalog in my Gounod's Romeo et Juliette booklet, which starred Roberto Alagna and Angela Gheorghiu, did I see in one of the catalogs stating that there is also a CD of Verdi's Don Carlos, the French version, which not only starred Roberto Alagna, but also Carita Matila, José Van Damme, Thomas Hampson, and Eric Halverson, and also Waltraud Meier herself. And also, when I was 10, I wasn't really a huge fan of Wagner. That basically jettisoned when I reached 15 or 16 years old, especially my admiration for Waltraud Meier. But through passing, especially when I reached 13, I also heard that she sang the likes of Dalila, Carmen, and even Eboli from Don Carlo, which also furthered my interest because initially I used to think of Waltraud Meier as mainly a Wagnerian singer. But when I saw her clips of Isolde, Sieglinde, Kundry, Ortrud, Venus, Santuzza, and Carmen, Dalila, and even some clips of this documentary online, did I start to become very interested in the singer. In fact, when I was also 17, I also purchased a Tristan und Isolde DVD, which was from the Bayreuther Festspiele that not only starred Waltraud Meier as Isolde, but also Siegfried Jerusalem as the Tristan, Falk Struckmann as the Covenal, Ute Priev as the Brangena, and Matthias Hölle as the King Mark. And I definitely liked it, and I'll probably review this sometime. And I even was quite interested to know that there was the documentary I Follow a Voice Within Me, a portrait of Waltraud Meier, which was online, well, at least some scenes of it. And just by watching the first couple of scenes of this documentary online, did I get myself very interested in it, which I practically begged my own father to buy it as a birthday gift, or one of my birthday gifts. So he relented, and I was extremely grateful. And when I popped this DVD into the DVD player, I was totally amazed at just how awesome this documentary is. Not only that, but the other feature that this documentary had was there was a Mahler concert with Semyon Bychkov on the podium alongside not only Waltraud Meier singing the mezzo part, but also the young German Heldentenor Thorsten Kerl singing the tenor part, which I was rather interested in. I also watched the concert as well, and I really liked it. And I also fell in love with this documentary, as I've always replayed it almost religiously. That's how great this DVD was for me as a huge Waltraud Meier fan. And this was the documentary which also cemented my total admiration to this wonderful singer. So let's find out what really makes this documentary great. Now, since this is a documentary, there's not a hell lot of story involved, but rather interviews from different artists, different impresarios, different conductors, and Waltraud Meier herself. And another thing about it is I always love it when we get to see another side of any opera singer in any documentary, which is also why I'm a huge sucker for a lot of documentaries which involve a lot of opera singers. My personal favorites have to be the one with George London and the one I've watched recently, the one involving Max Lorenz. And I really hope to find a full version of Aida's Brothers and Sisters online. We'll see. So, going into this documentary, I was totally intrigued with everything, not only from the interviews, but also from the various clips of some of Waltraud's different roles. Like in the beginning, you have her singing a part of Didon from Berlioz' Le Toyant. And then in the next part, you have her singing Ortrud from Lohengrin. And then the next part, you have her singing Leonore from Fidelio, and then Amneris from Aida. And then some selections of her Sieglinde and Kundry, the Wozzeck Marie, the composer from Ariadne auf Naxos, and finally wrapping up with Isolde, especially when it came to her Liebestod, which was definitely ideal. But I probably would have loved to hear her in a lot of other different roles. Like with Johan Hollander, he stated that his favorite roles from Waltraud Meier, aside from her unsurpassed Ortrud, was Carmen and Santuzza. I would have loved to see selections from those roles as well. Well, maybe, in my opinion, I think the people behind this documentary were a little bit unsure whether to put those in, as they felt it would have been padding, or maybe they felt like they couldn't really get to the point that well. But regardless, I probably would have loved to hear some selections of her Carmen, Santuzza, and even Dalila on this documentary as well. But despite that, I have to say that this documentary was very much well done, especially when it comes to showing who Waltraud Meier is as a person. My biggest highlights, especially when she's outside the stage, you see her in an amusement park. And you could see her having a lot of fun, going through some rides, having a lot of fun, especially with that spectacle in which there is this test your strength type of mallet in which there's a bell or something and she does it herself. I thought that was really fun, and she even gets to try out some carnival food. I thought those were my biggest highlights as well. Not to mention the people who were interviewed also said their pieces about Waltraud Meier, which I'll also get to later. So overall, I have to say that this documentary, in terms of its story, is definitely very fascinating, as we get to see who Waltraud is in the past, what were her interests, what would she do, and many, many others that definitely fascinated me about this wonderful singer. And the cinematography, well, I felt it was well done. From the interviews to the archives, I really have to say that the cinematography managed to be well done. Not to mention the musical selections. The biggest highlights when it came to the music for me definitely have to be hearing Waltraud singing a part of Entweiter Goethe from Wagner's Lohengrin, and even hearing her sing a little bit of Didon's Cher Thérien from Le Toyant, and hearing her sing the judgment scene from Aida, well, parts of the judgment scene from Aida, which I really, really enjoyed. I especially loved her final Anathema Suvoi. I thought it was just powerful, thrilling, and gorgeous. I also loved that those final moments when she sang Abscheuliche, Kaum Hoffnung from Beethoven's Fidelio. And I could go on and on and on and on about what other musical selections I really liked from this documentary, but suffice to say that it reveals a voice that has a lot of sheen, a lot of steel, and just a lot of, well, beauty to add to this very fine singer. And the interviewees I thought were very down to earth and very much authentic. Let's start off with her voice teacher, Hans Zoten. He stated in his own words that Waltraud Meier is eine natürliche Mädchen, or in English, a natural girl. And he even states that she's almost like a stage horse, and he says a lot of wonderful and very insightful things about her. And not to mention, I also like Hans Zoten as an opera singer. For those of you who don't know Hans Zoten, he basically specializes in a lot of the Germanic bass roles, mostly from Wagner, but he's also attempted some Italian roles as well, mostly from Verdi. But he is totally at home in the Wagner roles of Veit Pogner, Hans Sachs, Hunding, and Fasolt, Fafner, and Gornemans, just to name a few. And he's also very well known singing the role of Zarastro. So he was definitely a great, person to have been interviewed. And then we also have the likes of Daniel Barenboim and Johan Hollender, Jürgen Flimm, who each give their own interesting insights about Waltraud Meier and how they feel about her as a person, how genuine she is, how much she is a joy to work with, and how much she can really give a good challenge to her colleagues in terms of the way they think. I really feel that these were not only people who've worked with Waltraud, but also grew to not only admire her, but also really understood her as a person, and also really were influenced and even looked up to her in their own special ways. And even Plácido Domingo, who also stated that yes, he's also done a lot of collaborations with Waltraud Meier, not only in the Wagner repertoire, but also in Fidelio and Carmen, just to name a few. In fact, there is also a production in which Domingo was the Don Jose and Waltraud Meier was the Carmen. You can even check it out on YouTube. So it's safe to say that all the people who were interviewed, especially Waltraud Meier, have actually proved themselves to be very down-to-earth, very genuine, and very insightful. So overall, as a Waltraud Meier fan and as an opera fan in general, I have to say that this is definitely a great documentary. It shows how Waltraud Meier is not only an excellent singer, but also very down-to-earth, very warm-hearted, very humorous, and very genuine person. This documentary reveals a lot of layers which really makes Waltraud Meier someone I could definitely look up to, and someone I have always aspired to be, and someone that I'm sure a lot of people have also looked up to as one of their role models. So with that said, you know what I'm going to give this documentary. I give this a 5 out of 5. Yes, there could have been more roles added into this documentary, but for what it was excellent. It was really excellent. And the concert as the bonus feature really did help, as it also showed how she was able to really give such a wonderful lead concert alongside Thorsten Kerl and Maestro Semyon Bishkov. And if you've also watched this documentary as well, please let me know in the comments below what were your favorite moments in this documentary. What did you think about this documentary in its entirety? Did you love it? Were you just okay with it? Did you feel like there were some things that could have been expounded on? Please let me know in the comments below. Well, that's all for now. Be sure to tune in for another review. So until then, see you later, everybody.